It's Travis Terrell. And welcome to We Are Live.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. Chris M. and Travis Terrell are live at Midco Studio and Grand Center, St. Louis. Going to be an interesting one today. Travis has some energy. He was here early, and he's got his Buzz's Hawaiian Grill T-shirt on.
Holiday season, bruh.
Should be fun. Hope
Christmas.
everybody had a great weekend. We've got Great American Race to get to, and a big thanks to Tech Electronics for the help in the studio. But first, let's say hello to Chris Gardner. He's the producer, and he's perplexed.
I'll explain in a moment.
Oh, boy.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Ow!
Good morning.
There it
Walnut.
is. Put it up, Chris.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
Uh.
Nuts on wall.
Uh.
I don't think that's a...
There.
That's
Uh.
weird.
Okay, here's why I'm perplexed.
Okay.
Right before
Mm-hmm.
we went live. Hold on, let me make sure we're streaming. We are. Okay. Travis dipped his finger
Yep, saw it.
in his coffee
Saw it.
and then wiped it under his eye.
No, I wrapped it under my nose as to... It's like a
Smelling salt?
smelling salt. The caffeine and the aroma.
Hold on here.
So
Hold
you just
hold-
take you just get the tap of the surface,
Uh-huh.
and then you rub it just under your nose, and the aroma from the caffeine shoots up your senses, and voila!
It's about as logical as a crystal healing you, Gardner, so careful. That's,
Mine's more logical even.
Okay.
It's a little entertainment trick. All the comedians are doing it.
Who'd you learn that from?
I learned it from entertainers.
Which one? Name one.
John Hamm.
Okay.
I saw him do an interview on Colbert, and he swooped the top of his coffee,
Uh-huh.
rubbed it under his stash, and he had a
He
great
had a
interview.
mustache?
He had a stash. He had stubble. It's John Hamm. He's always got stubble.
We've
So-
got questions already. Mike asking, is the show live?
Mm-hmm.
I think that probably happened. That particular question has been asked, I want to say, even before the show started.
Yeah. I
So are you live?
I deserve that. But I even made note when I hit the stream button
Yeah.
to say we are officially streaming this morning. I said it out
So
loud.
we are live.
Yes.
It's a play on the. It's like in the movie when you say the title.
Oh, and then we all go, oh.
Right. Oh, yeah.
She's gone, baby. Gone.
Oh.
It's like, hey, that's the title.
Do they
of the
say that
movie.
in Gone,
They
Baby?
do.
They'll be gone in 60 seconds.
And
Do
for
they say that too?
I don't know. It would be
Oh.
good if he did.
I don't know. I don't think he says that. I had to think about it.
If they didn't, they missed a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't think they've said Fast and Furious in the Fast and Furious film.
Certainly have. Please say they have.
I don't think anyone said Furious.
Just fast.
Maybe Fast. But I don't think anyone's gone, man, that group is fast and furious. I don't think anyone's ever done that.
Are they furious?
You know what? They're a kind bunch. They're about family.
Yeah. So I don't know what.
Be familiar.
I don't know if that name is appropriate for that
I don't
franchise.
think so either.
It should be Fast and Family.
There you go. I would definitely go see that.
Fast and Family.
That
Oh.
does-
I mean, remember, and was it Furious 7? One of them drove to heaven.
He did, and he just took an off ramp.
He was dead, though.
He wasn't like,
I don't want to nail it so perfectly that we get pulled.
I was just gonna say that. What if you did that? Wouldn't that be amazing?
that would be
I
pretty
mean,
funny.
that would show your chops. I don't know that anybody in this room's capable of it, but yeah, certain guests or friends we have could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Have like a little contest to see whose song gets us pulled first.
Can get us knocked off the air.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did at some point someone goes, oh no, look on that table. There's Schindler's List.
No, that's
I don't think
not
anyone
it.
did that.
No.
It's pushing it.
Yeah.
Mister.
Like, oh my God, that shark is gonna eat my family. Look at his jaws.
Uh huh.
That probably Spielberg.
Probably squeeze.
What
it
are you
in
doing
known for
today,
that.
Hulk? Oh, you know, just driving Miss Daisy.
there. Yes, yes, I like that. Oh my God, they're Transformers. Age of Extinction.
Okay. All right.
Welcome to Star Wars Episode 4,
Does it count whenever like?
The New Hope.
Does it count whenever like the principal's like Forrest Gump? Like, does that count?
I think it does.
Like technically.
Yeah, technically, yes. That's how it would
Okay.
go.
Mm-hmm.
What else famous movies would they have squeezed in the title?
Oh, I definitely,
it
I
is.
definitely remember John Cusack holding a stereo over his head, going, "Say anything."
Yes, that's how it went.
Right? That makes complete sense.
Oh, no, I can't believe my parents went on another Christmas vacation without me. I'm all home alone.
Technically, you just knocked out 2 movies.
Yeah.
there.
That's true, very true. Oh, no, now I'm home alone in New York.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's kind of required now that I think about it.
Yeah.
You have to probably squeeze in the title in all these movies. That's
I
difficult.
don't think you have to.
I don't know.
Because I don't think a lot of them do.
Maybe a few of them have. Oh my goodness. Why do you talk like that, Italian American? You have to be a godfather.
I'm
Probably
pretty sure
wouldn't.
that's not a line
No,
at all.
Kind of letting that one go.
People fall victim for lines in that movie anyway, too. Like it's a way of life.
Time to go to the mattress. You fucking grew up in Clayton, bro.
Nothing personal.
You're not
it's
going
just
to any
business.
mattresses.
No, you fucking asshole.
You're an ass. It was
You're
personal.
just a jerk.
You slept with my wife. That's perfect.
You don't get to get yourself bailed out by a movie line, you
No,
coward.
that's not how it works.
Calm down. Trust me, you're not mafioso.
You never know.
You can tell.
Okay. Because we are the guardians of the galaxy.
There we go. Yeah.
Wow.
And I feel like you're obligated as an audience member to react when the movie title shows up in the film. I don't know why that is, but I feel
Do
like
they say bad boys and bad boys?
they sing the song.
Okay.
So that kind of works. That
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of plays to the point.
I would like to be in a movie theater viewing a black movie with a black audience when they announce the name of the movie and then the reaction. Because then I
Yeah.
feel like I could be really excited.
I think sometimes when you see the title, it happened in the movie. That's also exciting. Like I was watching the Tyler Perry film. I was like, oh, look, Medea is at a family reunion. That's crazy because it all ties together. Because it said Medea goes to a family reunion and
Yeah.
look, she's at a family reunion.
Snakes
so that
on a
kind
plane.
of snakes on a plane.
It's weird. I don't know. Did you guys ever watch like the Ernest movies?
I love the Ernest movies. Went to
When
the theater
When the
to
troll
see the Ernest
scream- When the
movies.
troll screamed at him, he's
Yeah.
like, "Ernest, scared, stupid."
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
What was the one with the toilet?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of toilet jokes.
Yeah,
in
there
that.
was something left in the toilet, and that's when he did the.
Yeah, every little kid ever imitated that.
Yeah.
as well.
I remember that. That was good.
Pacino, and he was like, I'm robbing this bank on a dog day afternoon.
No.
Now we're
He
just
did.
naming movies.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just naming movies, and you're trying to fit it in.
I just figured that's
You
how it
just-
worked.
And then you just take your voice up and then back down. And
Oh. I tried. I am an international screenwriter,
Falling
Everyone
back
can
on that.
tell.
Yeah,
It's very
Big one.
obvious.
It's almost the
You wear a scarf, so
I
it must
do.
be.
It must-
all right.
Thank you.
The scarf thing's still going on.
It's
huh?
a thing.
The acknowledgement, just the of the crowd that we're asking for, that's similar to that of had a real epiphany yesterday, and it's one of the last slices of joy I have left in my life.
Oh.
If you have someone that has a similar vehicle as you, and then they acknowledge that you have the similar vehicle, give it up for them. You know what I mean? Like, play it up. Like, let's have some fun
Isn't
here.
that like what Jeep people and BMW people do?
Now, I think they're a little too
There's
serious.
a salt life.
Well,
There's a salt life,
I
bro.
mean-
A what?
There's a salt life.
What's a salt life?
Like salt life.
a salt life is something
Yeah, I
Trav would be
can't-
into.
Yeah, salt life.
Yeah.
people
Salt
live
life
by the
would be like
beach.
I went to Destin once, and now I act like it's a lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah. Now
I've never
the
heard
Jeep,
that before.
Yeah.
the Jeep and the BMW people may be a little too much.
Yeah.
If you just have like a
You have-
somewhat normal
You
vehicle,
have a Volkswagen. Everybody has a Volkswagen.
it's different.
Especially in
There's not
Tower
that
Grove.
It's different.
No.
not
It's a
different.
different life.
Oh my
There's not that
God,
many
you're a
people
Volkswagen dude.
No.
You're like, hey, so how'd you do it? So you saw
No, they gave it up. They go,
And what'd you
The
do?
point-
How'd you
I was like,
respond?
yeah.
Oh.
You gotta
That's
give it
gross.
to him. You gotta
Oh,
give it
Chris,
to him.
no, you don't.
It's one of the last
No.
pure forms of joy in the world.
No, that shouldn't be. If that's it, then kill me now.
It's so cheesy that it's awesome.
No. Did you really? And you like enthusiastically
Oh,
put up
I
2
gave
thumbs?
it up.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gross me out.
That
That's
could-
embarrassing. You didn't have any
Travis
like We Are
wouldn't
Live
be able to drive
paraphernalia on.
anywhere in
Yeah,
North
ugh.
County if that was the
Man,
case.
you know how
Just
long
Every
I-
2
car.
seconds.
That's why I'm always late, because I got to stop to every damn Impala I
If
see.
I did that to someone on scooter, I'd fall off
You
again.
would.
Well, you're not very
Again.
balanced.
I can't believe you did that. You didn't have any
Oh,
like
I
We Are
gave
Live
it up for
paraphernalia
him.
on, did you?
I gave it up.
Ugh.
Meryl Streep would be jealous of
Ah.
me. Yeah.
My
It's like-
Volkswagen, bro. My V-Dub, bro.
I've
No, it
done
wasn't
the,
about that. It was about the joy.
Hey, look at us drive overly priced European vehicle. I don't support America.
Oh,
This-
like you do.
I do, Impala. It supports my African people because of the animal. And
That's why you drive it.
How's that go again? Okay.
That's an Impala. And then, of
Impala.
course, Chevy, American made.
Like a rock.
In,
Like a rock.
in Mexico.
Now, where was your vehicle made?
Mine?
Yeah.
China.
Oh, the yeah.
So it can spy on us. And where was your vehicle made?
I probably had to pay extra money for it
Tennessee.
because of tariffs.
Good. E-Move Touring.
Oh.
It's a great scooter.
I did the BMW thing once. Chris was talking about taking it too serious. So I wanted to be overly serious about it because my lawyer was out of town. So I said, hey, let me borrow your BMW for the weekend.
And he did it?
He's like, okay.
What?
So I had the BMW that he has.
This weekend?
No. This is some years ago. And he had a BMW hat in the trunk.
Oh, yeah.
So I put the BMW hat on.
Oh,
I
and
like
like
that.
I was with some friends and we were watching football or something. And I said, hey, you want to go for a ride in the BMW through Forest Park? And they're like, yeah. So we hopped in and I put the hat on and then I would honk at the other BMWs and wave
Nice.
as I went through the park.
Did they wave?
Yeah.
Back? Oh my God.
I'm a fan of that.
And then I
behavior.
laughed at myself.
We
Right.
don't-
Yeah, see?
So let me get this straight. You barely acknowledge human beings on the street. You have that in common with them. But if they drive a Volkswagen or a BMW, that's when you want to say hello to your neighbor?
That seems to be the case.
Oh,
I'd do
okay.
it if I was driving
not-
a 98
I'm not
Ford
so-
Escort.
Like I didn't do that
Hilarious.
when I had my Honda Civic or anything.
You
or-
saw the Honda Civic. It's like, hey, Civic bro.
Yeah, no.
Did you
it
put
was-
glass packs in your Civic?
No, what are glass packs?
What a glass
They
pack.
make the exhaust incredibly annoyingly loud.
No, I
And
would
it
never
makes it
do that.
sound like you have a stronger engine that you have.
I had a Honda Civic.
Thanks to your beautiful Fast and the Furious, that was the rage for about 4 years afterwards, and every piece of crap.
I was just trying to get from one place to another.
I think you had glass packs in it.
That's not. Maybe we could make something for the scooter.
You should definitely get something that
I
would
need a
enhance-
sound, something
yeah.
sound wise.
And then lie and be like, it's for safety,
Yeah.
like Harley riders do. Like, don't get me wrong, like Harleys, I get it. It needs to be loud so they don't get hit, I guess. But a lot of people overplay it so they can just be loud and obnoxious. We could do that for years. Or they have these little
You're
whistles. That,
insulting half my family.
they have these little whistles that you're supposed to put on trucks that are not proven to get deer out of the way. Supposedly like a whistle that when you drive, deer hear it, so they'll get out of the way. Like I don't know if that's the case.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
But we could get you a little whistle that
Actually, that
kinda
would
let
be kind
people
of
know
cool.
they're coming, like
That
a
would be
kazoo
cool.
sound.
I'd be like kind of zooming, that kind of laser whistle thing
Yeah.
of
Oh, good. Oh, that sounds like it's happening. I want to run away. Okay.
Okay.
Keep doing that.
it's like a tractor beam.
Oh, I like that. Okay, it's not bad.
Imagine that humming along.
Mm.
That scares some people. Like, what's this guy from the future? Probably.
Carter.
Well,
Would you
time
like people to
travel's
think
possible.
you're from the future?
I'd like to think if I were from the future, I'd be doing more to change the world.
I would hope.
Yeah.
You selfish ass. Just coming back, being thick Jesus.
Be kind of a jackass.
that
move
would
if
be
I
a jackass.
didn't.
move.
you were just
I was here to
existing?
warn you about something.
And then
But you know what?
I got drunk for 15 years.
And I've just kind of been existing ever since.
And then I'm just, trying to recover from all that. It might take. It looks like I missed what I was supposed to get this all done before 2016. Apparently, I missed my mark.
That would be pretty funny TV show. I would watch the hell out of that show. The guy that travels back in time, just gets
sucked
the
into the
secrets and the
mundane,
clues, and
normal
was like,
life.
man, this seems so much more laid back than I remember.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Let's just see how this plays out.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's no-
the human race figures it out.
There's
I
no
don't know.
urgency. Oh, this is why I was supposed to do something. Oh.
But then you drink so much that you ultimately forget, and you're like, man, you know how you have something stuck on the brain, but you can't remember it, and then you go, oh yeah, I have the means to stop the destruction of society. Oh shit, I knew I came back for something.
Whoops.
Whoopsies.
All right. My bad.
Boy, you have to give a whole press conference. So,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Kind of saw all this happening.
Uh-huh.
Was supposed to do something back in November 2016.
Right. Or
I
even
went
before
for
that.
I went for a walk in the park, and then I looked up and he was elected.
And next thing I knew, I was on a park bench with a bottle of vodka and a can of Sprite, mixing the drink in my mouth.
How would society react if they were to discover that you existed? And they believed you. They were like, wait. And they were like, all right, test us. And then you like, hey, well, tomorrow Trump's going to slap the shit out of a reporter.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow happens, and he does it. And everybody's like, oh, my God. Why have you kept us away from us? What would you say, and how would society react?
You'd say, I
Probably have
learned
to
from
hide.
Wakanda. And I'm keeping it all for myself.
Hashtag Team Killmonger.
That's pretty smart. That's a good play. A lot of people are like, oh, okay, got to make a point. You
okay.
gotta, I mean, maybe we didn't deserve to be saved. I don't
That's
know.
fair.
Good point.
We had to learn
Yep.
from this. You're supposed to learn from it. Actually, I was supposed to save you, and I got drunk.
would you be honest, or would you come up with something? Would you
Probably
be with a
have to
PR?
be honest. I couldn't live with the guilt.
That's fair.
I might have to go into hiding.
I would say you would definitely have to go into hiding.
So that would be definitely on the docket.
Like, oh, bro, you could have told me about that STD when I
don't
went
know
down to
where
South
I-
Beach.
I
Oh,
don't
I
know
could have
where I'd
avoided
hide.
that. Yeah, I don't know where you could hide. Wyoming seems to be the place to be. Oh, why are you in Dakotas?
I have family from
You
Wyoming.
enjoyed the Dakotas too.
Well, I would like to. I haven't been there. I have family there as well.
Hmm.
We were French Canadian fur trappers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were.
Nice.
A lot of beaver pelts.
Nice. Trapping. Yes.
The Laramies, the Tessons,
Ah.
that side of the family.
Surprised you don't live on Tesson Ferry then.
Got a lot of North County roots.
Okay, now we know.
That's where we had farmland and cows and
We'll break that down.
horses,
I tell you, can I tell you guys something?
grapes.
All right.
You of course,
All right.
What's happening?
you of course have been sober 6 years, and so you find other things to fill that void.
Yeah.
So
Why is it a void?
because
It could just be a void.
That's what I'm saying. Gardner enjoys living in the void, so he's
Okay.
not necessarily filling the void,
All right.
just existing inside of it.
Well, existing is something else completely.
See, exactly.
There it goes.
But I, of course, have
Why do
had
we
an
exist?
addiction of my own. I, of course, was addicted to social media.
Okay.
And now I'm going towards month number 3 of no social
No,
media.
don't say that. No Twitter,
No Twitter, no
Yeah.
Facebook either.
but you have Instagram.
But I do the Insta. But I do Insta because of the job. But isn't it like I'm on there like, ooh, look at me eating this sandwich. It's me literally posting videos from our own show.
But you're on there,
That's
and
it.
you see things.
I see pictures
Yeah.
that I really don't understand because I'm looking at pictures from who Chris has followed through the IG account. So I don't even know those people.
Okay. But you see things.
I see things of people I don't
and
know.
you look over my shoulder when I'm on
From time to
Twitter.
time, I will look over your shoulder.
Maybe I'm tweeting at Josh Hawley or something.
It's the equivalent of you sometimes smelling the alcohol without actually tasting it.
I do that all the time.
Exactly. So that's kind of what I've done recently.
Especially with wine.
As you should, because wine is delicious and it smells remarkable.
Oh, I just felt
You
a
see?
little burn in my chest, like how it would feel.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. Burns with greatness.
Feels good. Winter can be tough for me from time to time.
I
too.
can understand that. I completely understand it. Look, it has been tough for me as well.
Uh-huh.
So I like to jump down now the YouTube wormholes. I love the YouTube. YouTube provides
you see why
everything.
it's so. I mean, we've got the YouTube channel. Obviously, if you guys want to stream that. It's a.
By the
very
way,
good-
quality.
oh man, It's made to do that. You see why? Yeah, I get it.
It is solid. And it's even more fun now that I subscribe to our own channel because I'll be going on YouTube to look up NBA highlights, and then I'll see something from Midcoast Media. It's like, oh, what's this interview? Oh, this looks good. Hey, that's us.
Uh-huh.
And it's really exciting. And I like to add to the 4 or 7 views, which one we have,
Yeah.
because that's me. I'm watching it.
We have clips up there now,
We
too.
do. We
Yeah.
do.
We've got a popular video because I posted it in Heather McDonald's private group.
Nice.
Juicy Scoop Obsessed.
All right.
It's
It's
a
got about
gossip-
50 views.
It's a gossip group. It's almost a 200.
On our way.
It's almost a 200.
Watch out, Preacher Lawson. We're coming for
Yeah.
that ass.
But it is.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, the point I was making ultimately, the wormhole I jumped down was how to survive the end of the world
Oh,
tutorials. And you see one, and you're like, oh, that's got quite a bit of views, so maybe it's something informative and funny. And it was. And then I just kept digging, and I kept going further.
And they get more serious?
They get very serious,
Yeah.
and they get more intense.
Uh-huh.
And oddly, they become more relatable. And you start taking notes, and you start making a map, and you start to make friends with strangers you see in wooded areas. All I'm saying is,
Yeah.
YouTube is a great website.
The question I ask is, why do you have to survive the end of the world? It's the end of the world.
Because a part
why
of
are you supposed
me,
to survive?
a part of me knows. Look,
Are you
I'm the
scared
guy that
are you
saw a
scared of what's on
hand
the
go
other
inside
side?
the elevator and ran for his own life, even though his own life wasn't in danger. So if I'm capable of doing that, just imagine if someone's like, "Hey, man, good luck, everybody, but yeah, this is it." I just know I am going to react a certain way. So I think it's important for me to learn to be less of a
Coward?
baby back bitch, coward. Yes, maybe
Oh.
that's the word you could use. So
Why so
I'm wondering
harsh?
what I would need. This is simple basics. Like there are some basics you just need to know if something goes south. Like you talked about it before about having a plan,
A park.
a
That's for the
park,
earthquake.
right? So I am trying to think. You know what? I can see the writing on the wall that a particular individual could be reelected, and if so, what are the likely outcomes as far as how society would react? And so I'm just saying I've been taking notes of creating a mental map.
Do you have a park?
I do.
Which one?
Fairground.
That would actually be perfect for me. They have water over there, don't they? Because Vandeventer goes right through the middle of Fairground Park, I believe.
They do.
But the reason I could be king of the bear pits.
See, what a great nickname, by the way. End of the world. You have to rule a certain part of St. Louis.
Uh-huh.
King of the Bear Pits. That's a great title to have.
That might be the play then for me. I didn't even think about that. That's a
Yeah.
good call, Travis.
So I think what I'm going to try to do, like I said, I think I'm going to, for Christmas, purchase a cabin in the woods.
Great movie.
It is. And
Do they say it in the movie?
They have to. That movie is so
Where are
aware
you
of
going?
itself.
A
It's so
cabin
good.
in the woods.
that's Joss Whedon, man. That's good shit.
That movie. That's
That's
yeah.
one of the better.
You think it's going to be this garbage, like stupid horror movie, and it's
They lean
awesome.
into it. They lean into the stereotypes and
It's so good. It's not a parody, but it's
Yeah.
Might
it's
as well
walking
be.
that line.
yeah.
So you've been prepping.
So I think it's time for me to. I think that's going to be my little hobby. I'm going to be a doomsday prepper.
Ooh.
I think that's going to be my little thing going forward.
Are there Black Doomsday preppers?
I don't think so. That's why I kind of want to make it my thing.
Corner of the market.
That would have been a good thing for Cocktoberfest.
See, doomsday,
Doomsday
prepper.
preppers.
So wait. So what?
All they have to do is be right once. All they need to do is be right once.
Or if you're wrong once, you end up as Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a flip side of that coin.
Yeah. Yeah, there's issues
And at worst, you're doing something with the family,
coming together.
coming together, teaching
Hey.
them important skills about survival.
Yeah.
So you know what? The doomsday prep, we've been looking at them all wrong. They're the smartest people in the world.
I don't know about that.
That's maybe pushing it.
Okay.
I still ask, why do you have to survive?
Why not?
Are you scared of what's on the other side? Are you scared of death?
I think I'm afraid of the unknown.
Uncertainty.
And because of that,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have some answers.
Before it happens?
I like enlightenment.
See, you want some,
Enlightenment feels good.
you would like some comfort.
Understanding.
Yeah. That's understanding knowledge
Yeah.
is comfort, right?
Yeah, very much so.
That makes sense.
I think but I love learning
I
new shit.
understand that.
Learning new shit is cool.
You don't want to stop doing that.
I don't want to stop learning new shit.
Okay.
Because
That's
every time I
fair.
learn new shit, my life is incrementally better. It's just a little bit better.
And when you learn how to say that, it's
Yeah,
going to
one
be
day.
even better.
See, when I learn how to say words, I feel more comfortable in saying them. Thus, I'm a happier individual.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
See?
I was just curious. I wanted to pry a little bit to see if there was an impetus for this and how you feel after researching it. You know what I do sometimes is wonder when that big earthquake happens that Ivan Browning said was going to happen in, 93?
Yeah.
We got out of school for a day.
Yeah. Was it December 2nd, 3rd, something like that?
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I don't know.
They let
were
you out.
literally just like, stay home.
But-
It's going to get bad.
I mean, you think we're stupid now at times.
Yeah.
That was
We
a
were
thing.
stupid then, too.
They do it here. They had to do it everywhere.
Yeah. They're like, hey, close the school.
I don't
earthquake
remember
come-
being out of school.
I was like, I remember bad weather, but earthquake? That seems
Yeah.
a bit of a stretch.
It was like,
No one's
may
ever
God
predicted
have-
an earthquake before.
I was
and
like,
all
I
of
was
a
in
sudden now
third
you're going
grade,
to-
and I was like,
May
I
God
feel
have
like
mercy on your souls.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But if it were to happen, people talk about what happens to infrastructure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Will O'Donnell confirming December 3rd.
December 3rd. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're by the zoo. What if stuff happens at the zoo and then animals are allowed to escape?
I
People
would
ever think of that?
Look.
I'd take my chances with a hungry lion than I would a roving pack of some hipsters in Tower Grove that haven't had a latte in 4 hours. Like, listen,
I am
this is-
100% on board with Chris
I'm
Denman on
not-
that one.
Like I am
I'm on
not
board with Denman
about
on
to.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I've always told you, like, my fear is it will be a roving gang of white teenagers that will kill me. I said, if I go out, that'll probably be it.
For no reason. Like
Yeah,
they're
there's
just
no
bored.
reason.
They're
They were just bored. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were just in the neighborhood. Like, hey, we thought we were a hunt. And I was like, oh, I thought this would happen.
We've got
30 white teenagers in the
Like
hood.
gaming isn't working.
Yep, that's what Yep.
Yeah.
Fortnite is shut down. We about to have a Fortnite in North City.
They
I'm
will
like,
have-
oh, hey.
The only way to get their fix is to do it for real.
My God.
I'd join a gang that was all black dudes.
Nice.
Yeah.
You'd be their accountant.
That's right. They'd call me. That'd be a cold
That would be a
gangster
cold
name.
ass, the
Ooh, you
accountant.
don't want to meet the accountant.
Okay.
Oh, that is a good
That's
one.
a good name.
Can I join you? I want to be the doorman.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, the accountant and the doorman. This is good. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the doorman will show you to the accountant.
Yeah,
Ooh, I like that.
And one of those.
that's pretty good actually.
Black sheep.
Now we got to start a gang.
Yeah.
River
Join a
Pair Scooter
gang.
Club.
You got to get jumped in.
Oh.
Since you're the doorman, like you just have to show that you can open a door.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll get jumped in. I deserve my ass kicked probably.
the black sheep. My mom gave everyone in the family a prep bucket. No joke.
A prep bucket?
What was in it?
I don't know.
I want to know what was in the prep bucket.
Like, yeah, please tell me what's in the prep bucket.
Yeah, we need to know, black sheep. The Mississippi River will run backwards. It's Will Donald. And are we letting Will in as the gang consigliere?
Yes.
It's fine. More
Okay.
than fine.
He'll be the fashion model too. Like he'll be the
There you
guy
go.
you take the picture in the survival gear and send it out to your other members just
Oh
to look at
yeah,
how they can
yeah.
buy.
I could easily craft a campaign
Will's a
around
good-looking
Will
guy.
as the.
yeah, he'll
yeah.
be the guy.
We look good.
Who's modeling.
There's not a lot
for
of functionality, but we look good.
No, but it would be a roving gang. Chris is correct. It'll either be the animals are let loose at the zoo, or a roving gang that
Or-
ultimately
it-
takes down all
both,
of St.
yeah,
Louis.
but-
Oh,
It's
and
both.
you gotta
or
like,
both.
You guys aren't
or the
being-
roving gang leading the zoos
Yeah.
on hunts throughout St.
Oh, that
Louis.
would be the fight. Gangs fighting over who can capture the first elephant or something to
This
use it for their
motherfucker got a
advantage.
pachyderm. They ain't fucking around.
Yeah. See, you guys are thinking of this all wrong. Like, man, what if I start a chimp gang?
Woo! That's a good point.
Good luck.
That's kind of a.
They
that-
eat.
Oh, and boy,
they
they'll
rip. They
grab
rip.
your genitals
They
off.
rip.
Yeah,
they
they
will
will
rip.
eat your
They will-
testicles.
They'll do that.
I read a story of a man
Don't.
once
Yeah.
who, and it was his pet before, and he had to let it go
Oh boy.
because it had matured to a point, and went to visit it at like this
Reserve.
refuge or
yeah.
Is this the
reserve or
birthday
something.
cake thing?
And was he
Is
just
the birthday cake one?
I don't know.
What's
but-
the birthday cake one?
It
One chimp got mad at another chimp because it was getting birthday cake and took it out on the person giving the birthday cake.
Oh no!
It usually ends up with you.
He survived.
You end up sans nose, maybe.
Oh
an
no!
arm,
Okay,
like-
that's enough.
nose, eyes.
Okay.
genitals.
That's a good gang to have, man. Good play.
Yeah.
If you can get them.
Do you see? I'm already kind
Can you imagine me?
Oh, and I've
Oh,
already.
what if we
and you
go
didn't even
and-
think about it. I took over. The police were out taking care of stuff. I took over the police horse quarters.
What if-
I now have transportation.
Oh, the
That's a good play.
stables?
That's
Yeah.
a good move.
What if in the
Good move. Good
irony
strategy,
of all
Chris.
ironies, our gang, I have formed a gang myself, and we are rivals, and I'm leading the Bears.
Wow, that's something.
No, that'd be bad.
I come riding in on a grizzly.
That'd be badass. You guys have picked some good animals. You guys have picked some really good ass animals.
Who you got?
Travis just gets high and befriends a docile red panda. He's
Well,
like,
I'm
look
gonna-
what I got. And they're like, well, that's not going to help you at all.
Oh, man, he cool
Oh
though.
no, I get red panda. I mean, her fan club.
I would want I want control of the alligators and the birds. I need the birds to communicate.
I would have went hippos if I were you.
I want birds to communicate. I want to be my goal is to not defeat you through brute strength, but through my intellect. So I feel like I will need snakes and birds and alligators to do those things.
No, wait, you said alligators and birds at first, and you threw snakes in.
Can I throw snakes in?
You want reptiles?
I want
Is that-
reptiles.
You're taking like a whole genre.
I feel like reptile. Look, you guys got
No, it
bears, man. I can't combat that with hippos.
well-
I need bears.
While your stupid reptile is out there sunning, my chimp's going to run up and turn it into a belt. So shut up.
No.
You get 2 sets of animals.
Okay,
Okay,
get
let's
2
narrow it down.
Okay.
I will take bears. All right, we're doing the draft.
All right, into the World Animal Gang Draft.
You
Chris,
pick.
Here
you
we
got,
go. And we are live.
You got first pick, and you
get-
took the Bears.
You get
Take the
chimps.
Bears.
I'm
Okay,
taking
let's get
chimps with my first pick.
That's a good move, man.
Okay.
All right.
Screw the gorillas too. Oh, cool. You got a big gorilla that doesn't like you. I got chimps that are obsessed with me.
So you got now chimps and gorillas, 2 different animals, right?
Yeah.
By the genus, yes.
All right. So I want to go. I will take the gorillas. I will take the gorillas.
There's less gorillas
Where's
at the
your
zoo.
cornpipe?
Yeah.
By genus, yes.
I
Professor.
don't even know if that was right.
Yeah, I need.
Phylum, yes.
See, I need. If you guys go big, I need somebody to match in size. I have to go gorilla.
There's
can
probably
go-
less gorillas than there are chimps. Like this is the Twitter question: who wins a fight, 20 chimps or 2 gorillas? Right.
I'm taking the 2 gorillas.
All right.
The chimp's gonna be good.
So you got gorillas. All right. Your second pick.
You get pick again.
I get to pick us
we're doing a
snake
snake
draft.
Snake draft.
Yeah.
If we're doing snake draft, then I am going with the birds.
Every bird.
Can I get every bird?
I think.
Like
I
a
think
flamingo?
Can I?
It's fair. Yeah.
So-
Again, my chimps will turn your flamingo into a coat,
All right, then I would like.
a scarf.
I would like.
What?
that
No.
makes
What
sense.
birds are? What birds?
Okay,
are
I'm gonna
you
go with.
using?
I'm gonna go with hawks.
No. There's
I want
like
hawks.
2 hawks. Just say birds. You get all the birds.
I get all the birds.
So that
We'll
means you
give you
get
the
like
birds.
a.
All right, cool.
There's like an eagle. So what do
I
you
like
do
this
with them?
stuff.
It's too difficult.
I need to communicate. I can use my birds. I can be like, hey, go tell me what they doing over there. You're like, all right, got the dog.
Enjoy your
All right,
birds.
it's like 20 bears over here. Like, cool.
Enjoy your birds, pussy. I'll be taking the elephants. Thank you.
So you're going big. You're going elephants and chimps. That's a good move.
It's over.
Elephants and chimps.
Over. If I show
elephants-
up with a pack of
elephants are tough to take down.
a pod of elephants. If I show up with a pod of elephants with my army of chimps, you're opening the gates.
It's tough to
Please
beat.
take my
I ain't gonna
birds.
lie. That is gonna be tough to beat, Gardner.
you got bears,
But
and-
Gardner, you got the #1 pick. That bears move is huge.
Well, I'm thinking hippos.
Oh wow, you're going big on big. Hippos are pretty tough. Look, if I saw a bear riding
You
into
could
a
take-
battle on top of a
Seen a
hippo,
hippo
And then
skin?
you would actually. That's a good move. That's
Then
that's a
water
naval
animals, like
move.
water and land
Yeah.
animals. Ooh, good move. Strong play. All right,
I
Gardner.
have a navy and an army,
All right. Yeah, you do. All right. So what do you got?
so I'm going hippos and bears.
All right.
I think you guys forgot. Elephants can cross oceans, pal. Land whales. They got a little snorkel. That's right.
They can swim,
Oh, elephants?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
or can they just walk to a point where
They can swim.
They can swim.
Oh, they can swim.
Really?
There's a video of elephants in the ocean. Yeah.
How far can they swim?
As far as they fucking want.
That's not true. That's just not true.
You said it so, you said it so confidently too. As far as they fucking want, they're fucking Michael Phelps, pal.
That's just a lie.
So
But
Gardner,
I
who's-
appreciate the effort.
so Gardner, who's your team right now?
I have bears and hippos.
Chris.
Oh, we're going 3?
No, I'm asking who else you have again?
I got chimps and elephants. Pachyderms, baby.
It will look cool if the chimps are riding in on the elephants.
Nice.
That'll have
And I have birds
the
and what?
optics will good.
Ooh, you ready for this?
I got birds and who else?
Elephants do not tire easily when swimming. Yes. But if they do, they'll just rest in the water for some time because of their buoyancy. They do not drown. Elephants in Africa have been recorded to have traveled a distance of 48 kilometers across water.
That is surprising to me.
Also swimming for 6 hours continuously.
Oh, wow. That's
I did
impressive.
not realize
I didn't know
that.
they could do that
That's
either.
right.
That's a good play, Chris.
See, I'll stick my elephants
was your
in a
line
deep part of
again?
water. What's
What
that? Because
As far as they fucking want.
And he was right. He was correct.
I have to apologize.
Gorillas and birds, man. I got an Air Force. I got brute strength.
They can swim completely submerged underwater using their trunks to breathe. This is a great pick by me.
And by the way, I'm thinking gorillas. You're more afraid. You can scare elephants. A gorilla will scare elephants. Elephants are non-confrontational animals, unless they are threatened, unless their children are in danger. Otherwise, they try to avoid most animals, other crowds of people. But gorillas, they bring that fear. The champ's gonna be like, oh shit.
Do I need to show you a video of an elephant spearing a buffalo to death?
Oh wow. Now I wouldn't have the bears. Bears is a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a great move.
That's a terror pick.
That's a terror pick. Like
I mean,
you
you
don't
talk about a shock
bear,
and awe campaign.
A bear can get inside of a house.
Oh.
A bear has tough skin. A bear has amazing speed. It's ferocious. It can basically take its enemy out in a couple swipes.
Chimps aren't going to be real pumped if it's a
Bears-
4-on-1. They're going to be like, I don't know if we got
Bears
this
can
yet."
climb trees.
Yeah.
You have a very versatile captain out of the gate.
Gardner, that says a lot about you. That you went bears and hippos, just two ferocious, horrific
killing
animals.
machines.
Yeah.
You went with the killing machines.
They're
and I give you
apex
credit.
predators.
They are apex.
So, and like you said, land and water.
That's
so.
tough to beat. Like that's
I
a tough
think-
game.
I think our reasoning makes sense for each of our picks.
Because Travis was high and accidentally said birds.
Birds.
Because he
man.
couldn't decide on one.
Right.
I'll take the pterodactyls.
Yeah.
They're extinct, Travis.
Now, does Travis pull off some kind of a crazy upset because he's got like a golden eagle that, knocks me off my elephant and my chimps destroy me?
No,
thinking
maybe
I
I'm
they-
remember
enemy
the
him.
Alfred Hitchcock film and how.
Now, if they swarm, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If he's trained them properly.
Yeah.
Well,
do
I'm
his
guessing
bidding.
I'm well.
he went a little
so
short
no.
he went a little short on the training.
So, he'll be there ready to fight, and maybe they show up late.
Mm-hmm.
And he turns into Custer over here.
They win by accident because he showed up late, and our two factions killed each other,
Yeah.
and then they just showed up and like, we're the winner. Yeah.
Hey!
Now you get to obviously equip your gangs with a weapon of choice. What would be your weapons
For my animals?
for your animal gang?
Well,
Remember, this is the end of the world, so let's eliminate guns. That's too easy.
okay. No, you have to make do with your surroundings.
Yeah, you have to. What would be your weapon for your animal apocalyptic gang?
Oh, this is easy.
Who you going with, Chris?
I trick you all to follow me just south of the zoo,
Oh boy.
and my chimps undo the bolts, and then my elephants position themselves to knock over the Amico sign, thus taking out half of Gardner's army in one drop. It's a play.
So you're going.
Yeah, I leave a picnic basket in a very opportune spot, and all your bears. Oh, we're hungry. Let's
That's
take a break.
cartoon.
Amico
Remember
sign
how I said
falls.
don't use lines from Goodfellas to guide your life?
Yeah.
Don't use cartoons either.
Yeah, that's probably not a strong play.
Whew.
Now,
I don't know what I would use.
My second choice is I knock over the arch with my elephants,
That's a good play.
strap it to them like a team, and then we just mow through
I'd
the city.
probably
That's a good play.
develop for the hippos a type of helmet that would have a horn on it, so that they could wear the helmet with a horn, kind of turning them into a triceratops.
Oh, that's pretty badass. That's pretty badass.
So that's what I do with the hippos. With the bears, I'm not sure yet.
Okay. I mean, the bears are a weapon in their own right.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this a melee at Twitter at We Are Live Radio.
I don't know how this happened, but this 40 minutes is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
But
We got
important.
we got Mizzou dying. We got
Fuck
we
them.
got Top Golf coming into our
We're
neighborhood.
talking about things that are likely to happen.
Yeah. So I'd give the hippos the helmet with the horn that I would have created,
Okay.
molded out of metal.
All right.
The bears, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
What does a bear need is the question. What, like, would I develop
Human flesh.
Would I
That
develop
helps.
another accessory for them
Right.
where it's even sharper claws in a way, like to put over their paws,
Right.
like gloves, but with longer claws?
That makes sense.
Do I do that with them? Or does that get in the way of their fighting abilities? It might not. Actually, I wouldn't, because that would probably take away some of their climbing abilities.
Okay.
So I don't know with the bear. I mean, that's why a bear is considered what it is.
All right.
It can get you in a variety of ways. It will hunt you in a variety of ways. It will eat you,
Okay.
murder you, kill you in a variety of ways. It has some versatility.
That's a nice play. I am taking, and we have to, because as Chris said, we had to use our surroundings. I am taking the bricks from the thousands of vacant buildings, and essentially just going to have my birds go about a mile in the air
Drop them.
and then drop them. Then I'm going to have my gorillas take the bricks and mold them into giant rocks that they can throw, or we can ultimately use as weapons.
What you need to do is teach the gorillas, or are they right-handed or left-handed?
They're ambidextrous.
They're what?
Ambidextrous.
Is that like, do they have electricity in both their hands?
Yeah.
Amp.
What's ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous.
What is that?
Who is she?
Ambidextrous.
Who is she?
They both hand it.
I saw her at Ballpark Village
both
the other
handed.
night.
They're both handed.
Ambidextrous.
And ambidextrous.
She sounds like a Greek goddess.
the great goddess
Of
ambidextrous.
Will O'Donnell, the only
They throw like this.
Well, I would say throw one in the air high
And then spike that bitch.
to get their eye levels to go up. It's like a snowball fight.
Right.
And then with the other one, line drive it right in the face.
Nice.
none of you saw the Golden Compass, Armored Bears.
Armored bears are a good way to go.
I mean, that makes sense. I just was trying to see if I was missing anything.
Okay.
I mean, you add armor to them, then what? Then
Triangle
what the fuck do you
Assassin
do?
mentions a Wolver Bear, and then
I've seen zombears.
Will's on fire. He's in this, here, I'll do my best, Sam Elliott. Get yourself an Armored Bear.
Pretty good.
That's not bad.
Okay, so now we have your weapons. Where's home base? Where's home base for your gang?
I mean, if I were being honest, or being,
Well, thank you for your honesty.
I mean, I know Forest Park. Forest Park is my land. I probably have to take Forest Park.
That's a good play. If you have bears surrounding Forest Park, that is a good
Because
play.
I still have the remnants of the zoo
Yeah.
access to. I mean, Forest Park,
That's a good play.
that's my move.
That's a smart play. Chris, what do you got? What's on plate?
So you're going with Forest Park. You're giving. So your
I mean-
team they'll be exercised. That's a good area for bears. They'll be in a happy mindset,
Right.
right? It's almost that's fine.
We will live in the art museum.
Keep your
Nice.
my
I
army.
like
my
this. Right on
army
top
will
of the
be
hill.
On the
You
hill.
can see your enemies
Imagine
coming.
our forces coming down
Yeah.
the hill.
That's a good. Nice political. Nice military move.
We'll stand right next to the apotheosis
That's smart.
as we make our charge down Art Hill.
That's smart.
Battle of Art Hill.
The Battle of Art
The
Hill.
Battle of Art Hill.
Many were lost that day during the Battle of Art Hill.
So many monuments. So many paintings.
Bear monuments after that. Yeah.
We will work our way over to the loop,
Okay.
and I will fashion the trolley
Oh boy!
to my elephants.
Nice.
And I'll put a cute little hat on one of my chimps,
Nice.
and you'll be tricked into saying, "Oh, well, let's go check it out. What's going
That's a
on?"
good play.
And then, and bonus, I might get a leftover group of teens that shouldn't have been in the loop anyway. Right?
Hey, are you gonna teach?
You guys
your,
want to play the knockout game
are you
against
gonna
these bears?
teach your chimps how to smoke? I love smoking.
If
like
they've earned
monkeys
it.
and that.
If they've earned it.
Now I'm jealous. I
I'm.
could smoke. That'd be cool.
That's pretty bad.
We get to
I need to teach my bears how to smoke.
I will.
South City Tone. Abmodextrose.
Ambidextrous.
Abmodextrose.
And-
Triangle Assassin, quoting Gardner, if I'm being honest, and then ... about this post-apocalyptic animal gang fictional war.
Yeah. Well, that's what. I mean, this is a thought shower exercise.
Give me
We're
Union.
prepping.
Give me Union Station. Give me Union Station because I can use the clock tower to oversee
Actually, you could use a Ferris
downtown.
wheel
I
to
can use the
oversee,
Ferris
too.
wheel as well. That's a great. You don't want a gorilla on a Ferris wheel throwing down bricks.
See-
Oh shit!
Travis takes the cinematic win on this because that's the trailer there.
Hanging
where-
off, arch in the background,
kinda rotating.
giant brick in left hand, hanging off the Ferris wheel in the other, and just like coming this summer. What have we decided to call this?
Oh, we don't know.
Okay,
We'll have to name that.
this is a pretty badass game.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, I'm telling you.
Um,
And last but not least, you get to choose a leader. Any human being currently alive
Has to
to
be St.
be
Louis.
your
no,
Okay,
St. Louis only.
St. Louis only. Okay, St. Louis only. Celebrities included.
Yeah,
Okay. Who will be the leader?
because they could be in for like maybe John Goodman's got a speaking event he doesn't want to do.
That's a-
Maybe John Hamm is being the biggest blues fan of all time. Maybe Billy Bob Thornton is speaking at a Cardinals event. I
This
don't
is
know.
not, oh, who do you got? This is good.
I mean, if it's the Musial Awards, you got a lot of choices.
got a lot of
people
choices
that are
there.
here.
Who is leading this gang?
do you want me to steal Sterling K. Brown?
Ah, good play.
I won't.
Okay.
I negate your power of flight, and Becky, Queen of Carpets, takes over mine.
I'm gonna have. If
Yeah, cute. You've got birds. She has a carpet.
Well, that's a smart play.
I'd like anyone to try and take down Brett Hull.
Oh,
At this point in his life.
oh my.
The mix of barley and hops sure hasn't.
So
yet.
I got Brett Hull
Hmm.
leading me and bears and hippos.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Oh, I
Good
got-
luck taking him down. He can't feel anything.
Not even pain. Internal pain.
Or should I just? Can I just have Sean with me?
Yeah, I'm about to say that's.
Yeah,
He doesn't have to
probably your
lead,
best
but
wisecracking guy.
yeah, he's gonna. So I'm gonna have Sean and Brett Hull with me, leading my gang of bears and hippos.
So we're gonna put this on Twitter. So make sure you you vote on
I
which
don't know how
group
you explain it.
which
but
group of animals. I'll get creative with it.
Okay.
Which group of animals you're taking pick? We've got bears and hippos,
Uh-huh.
birds and gorillas,
Uh-huh.
or the clear favorite, chimps and elephants.
I think I know who I'm going with. The great Jim Hannafin.
Oh God, I love him.
That
Coach
is-
Hannafin.
That is Coach Hannafin is the leader of men. You want to talk about a man I will follow into battle.
He'd have
That
those
is a
gorillas
man I
using
will follow
perfect
into.
form.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He
Oh yeah. He is a man of wisdom. He is a man of experience. He is a man that will fire your ass up even today. And he's outlived all of you.
Yeah. He's tough.
He's tough. Jim Hannafin. He is the leader of my apocalyptic
was-
animal street
I used
gang.
to do a post-game show with him where I produced for him. It was always a hoot. The way he talked too. Just and then
Yeah.
he would always make a point and then go, and then.
Yeah. Coach
Actually, you know what? He would have trouble with some names. When he was trying to say Ocho Cinco, it could get offensive at times.
Ocho
he
Cinco.
wouldn't say it that
Oh
way.
boy.
But everyone just kind of knew he was trying. So
We got a lot to figure out.
do we?
Not really. I think we've
See,
kinda-
look at what Travis's YouTube wormhole led us to.
See what happened?
But this is how you prepare. You do thought exercises to do so.
You're gonna need a leader.
Now, where it leads you at times could be a dark place
Trouble.
in your mind,
Very.
but it's necessary
Absolutely.
to prepare yourself.
Absolutely.
Always think of the worst case. Nothing is good.
Don't forget that. Big shout out to Gateway Powder Coating. I'm sure they're delighted that they're part of this program, especially today. GatewayPowderCoat.com for more information. Be sure to go to them. Whenever it's time to powder coat something metal, don't paint it. Powder coat it. #1 resource for powder coating in the Midwest, backing you up. Their work with us. That means you work with them. Check them out online. GatewayPowderCoat.com for more information.
Since we're talking about our post-apocalyptic gangs involving animals and what their weapons would be and where our home bases were. Since we had animals in the talk, I wanted to at least mention, Chris, you sent a screen grab of a tweet
Mm-hmm.
to us over the weekend from Jason Isbell. And the
New York
headline,
Times,
yeah,
a grizzly's body can slow down for months without damage. Researchers wonder if the ability can be harnessed to aid human health. And above, Jason Isbell says, that's what I've been saying.
mm-hmm. This seems awfully dangerous to me.
Human bear hybrids.
I mean, that's what they want, isn't it?
Why
We
not?
start mating with bears,
Mm.
and then that's how they take over.
Maybe that's where evolution was headed towards.
Maybe
anyway.
it's supposed to happen.
Maybe that's where we were headed towards. Maybe that's what Grizzly Man was trying to tell us. He was
Is
trying to
that-
tell us, like, hey, this is our destiny.
That you can't defeat them.
You can
The only way to
survive.
survive is to become part of them.
Look, it's very clear that we're going to need as many resources as possible when Russia ultimately overtakes us.
I don't
and
think.
so,
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be
I
able to
think
do that
being
quick
able
enough.
to
though.
get that, well, we better figure it out.
We would need the alien assistance again to assist with our evolution. They would have the technology to make it happen quicker.
By the way, who's the first country who gets desperate enough to start using animals as part of their
Isn't
army?
it Russia? I mean, what they do with bears now, anyway.
That's-
Look, I fear bears.
Yeah,
What they do to bears in Russia, some of them, is just mistreatment.
very much.
The
so.
reason I fear them is because they are majestic and grand.
they are,
They are just there's a reason they're apex
They're
predators.
cuddly.
That's where Travis's first apartment
They're
was.
just
down at
amazing.
Majestic and Grand.
They're amazing animals. Don't treat them like they do
Yeah.
there. Those bicycles. and
But you
stuff
don't
like
mind them using them for human aid?
Well, no, I'm just saying that they probably would.
No,
If
okay.
they treat them the way they do now, then why wouldn't they do that to try to use them to their advantage?
If this was real, like,
If.
and here's why. Because
Say
I feel
when.
like if you're a billionaire and you found out, wait, I can be stronger by using bears to aid my health,
Yeah,
then they would do it, right?
In a heartbeat.
yeah.
So we
saw,
would
saw a yeah.
literally a
Saw a
heartbeat.
documentary about how they did
Do you
that
know
with people.
when they're hibernating, they don't defecate or urinate. None of that happens.
So they keep it in.
It's just they're able
That's
to.
weird.
It's just the way they're able to shut their bodies
I
down.
wish I could
And
do
their
that for a night at
muscles-
White Castle.
Right.
And they do something happens within their genes where
They
their
wear jeans?
muscles don't atrophy. Their muscles don't atrophy at all,
So the answers have been with the bears this entire time.
which is why we should fear them.
No, we should embrace them as a culture.
Oh, see, this is where
I'm telling you.
We got a lot to discuss. We're going to take a quick break. It's We Are Live. If you haven't yet subscribed to Mid Coast Media's YouTube channel.
there's an hour. Why you should.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a lot to get to in the second hour. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and thanks to all of our sponsors for working with us. Quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It's We Are Live. Chris Tim and Travis Terrell. Chris Gardner producing, everybody. We had a fun-filled hour last hour, and you can go learn about that on Twitter at We Are Live Radio. You can vote. We've got a poll. Be sure to check it out.
Read it for the fine folks.
We've came up with our own tag team of animals in a post-apocalyptic St. Louis specific event. You have to choose one of three groups. My group, chimps and elephants. Travis, birds and gorillas. Gardner went with hippos and bears. It's very important to us that you go to Twitter and vote on that to see which you would harness to take over against the other. No guns.
No guns.
No guns.
No guns. Too cheating. Everybody has a gun. That ain't fair.
I'll be honest, though. Seeing a gorilla with like a rifle, it would be...
That's some chilling.
Terrifying.
That's some
Yeah.
chilling shit. I think a gorilla
Chimp
with
with a Glock.
I think a gorilla with a machete.
Anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any weapon
Gorilla with a baseball.
Yeah.
with a bat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Gorilla
go
with
vote
a
on
human
that.
limb.
Yep.
Imagine getting beat with
Oh,
another
yeah.
human limb.
Your own.
Your own limb. Hey, now that's some.
Whose arm would you choose if you had to use it as a weapon in this? Do you have a I'm going Mark McGuire.
Like roided up Mark McGuire or
He's not here to talk about the past, Mark McGuire.
I'm easily taking Tyler O'Neill's leg.
Okay.
Just having my hey, gorilla, get his legs.
Ooh, give me that.
Use those as weapons? Oh boy. Get smacked in the face with a leg of Tyler O'Neill.
I was reading about a strong man over the weekend named Eddie Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll use one of his limbs. He apparently had an incident where he was doing a leg press, and there was so much weight that the weight
Oh, nope, don't want to hear about that. We're good. I
And
just
it's-
threw up in my mouth.
and it smashed his penis.
Ah!
It started bleeding. He drove himself to the hospital.
Ah! Gardner, enough.
Weights fell and smashed his dick.
Ah!
That's why I don't go to the gym.
I get it now. It all makes sense.
No, I ain't going to the gym. Why not? I could smash my dick.
We had a fun weekend.
He's thinking about what we're going to do here.
No, I
go
already know.
ahead.
No, it was a fun weekend. I was under the weather, but
How do you know
who-
I had a fun weekend?
because you're Gardner. I'm sure you did something with Sean or you were at a bar at some point.
I was at a bar.
Okay, there you go. Then you were happy, I'm sure, because you were in your zone. You're good. Chris probably went down to see the family. They hunted some elk. He hung out in
Yeah,
Tower
elk
Grove.
down
Probably
there?
went to a craft store.
I think there's some
something.
elk on a reserve in like southern Missouri, but I
You
don't.
know what? Chris does some hillbilly. Oh, I took my dogs out for a walk and I ate venison all weekend. That's probably what Chris did. Am I right? Pretty close. But the kids up at Harvard Yale had themselves an eventful weekend because they decided to crash a football game. That's right. Everyone knows the always exciting Harvard Yale Bowl that takes place every year
Yeah.
between the two
I always
Ivy League
put a lot of my
powerhouses.
day on that. Yeah.
What's the name of the game?
It's called the Yale Bowl.
Is it?
I don't know what it's
No,
called. I don't care.
Why would they only name it after one school?
I don't know because they're Yale. Insecure like that. I don't know. What's the name of
Harvard.
what's it called? The Harvard Yale rivalry?
I don't know. Well, I'm sure that's one way of
Okay,
putting
well
it.
then that's there you go. I don't know. I could afford those schools.
Oh, that's why you didn't.
I didn't
there.
go. Yeah, I can afford to go. They decided to. The kids got together and decided to delay the game.
The game is what it's called.
Spectators rushed the field to stage a climate change protest at halftime of Saturday's Harvard-Yale game, delaying the start of the second half by nearly an hour and causing the game to finish in near darkness. The 136th edition of the game between the Ivy League rivals went to halftime around 1:40 p.m. Eastern, and students from both schools occupied midfield after the Yale band finished performing. Most protesters left about an hour when they were escorted off by police, who were then told about 24 who remained they were under arrest. The field was ultimately cleared, and the game resumed around 2:48 p.m. Eastern. Now, the delay led to an issue for the game's finish, because at the Yale Bowl, there is a lack of stadium lights. And sunset in New Haven, Connecticut, was set for 4:26 on Saturday. The darkness problem was compounded as the game went to double overtime, but Yale ultimately got a stop to win 50-43 and secure a share of the Ivy League title at 4:38 before it became too dark to play. In a statement, the Ivy League referred to the protest as regrettable. Yale said that while it stands firmly for the right of free expression, it had issues with how the protesters went about their demonstration. Here's some of the video. Well, Gardner made an interesting point, and I have to give credit where credit is due, and I try to be as consistent as possible when it's convenient for myself. But
I try to be consistent when it directly benefits me.
But that's one way to use your privilege, and I agree. Good for them.
I liked watching people online get upset.
Protest is supposed to be.
Who was upset?
Were people upset?
Like I'm just wondering, like which
Was it be outside of the usual circle of people?
No.
Was there anybody unique? Okay.
It
What was your traditional conservative sports fans
or I don't want to
who
send
who
you.
call it an elite liberal bastion, Yale and Harvard, but now they care about kids
I
and what
don't
they do
want
at those.
to send this down a path.
Oh, boy.
So I
Oh,
don't want
boy.
to name names.
Okay. Do I know them?
Yes.
Have I worked with them?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Okay. So it's just, and then you see afterwards videos from, I think maybe the captains of each team who knew what was going down, and were supportive of the
Nice.
students as well.
Nice.
So I mean, it someone made a point. It was like it's funny to watch people get upset about a game they didn't care about.
Exactly. Like, did anyone know that Harvard and Yale, outside of folks who attended Harvard and Yale, and I would imagine there's some folks who attended Harvard and Yale who didn't know this game was going on, because usually when you graduate from those schools, the last thing you're probably still thinking about is fucking football.
Well, I used to watch the game every year
Really?
with my friend Ron, Computer Ron, rest in peace.
I was a Harvard guy,
He was a Yale guy.
Yale guy.
He was an Eli.
So I can understand maybe alums, obviously knowing when that game took place. But the average college football fan
Yeah.
had no clue that game was even taking place this weekend.
Yeah.
And it's in a place, New Haven, Connecticut, where I would imagine most folks
What's it,
who
what-
have a
what do they think
conservative
about
bent
them? Okay.
don't give one rat's ass about what goes on in New Haven, Connecticut. So for people to give a damn, I guess I can't say that I'm surprised. that people would just feign outrage. It was like, oh my God.
I don't think it lasted too long though.
It didn't.
because
It was peaceful. No one was hurt.
Well,
The
I mean,
students
just the
understood.
outrage, even just because people started seeing, oh yeah, the football players knew this was happening,
Right.
and it was a direct message to the presidents of each university.
Right.
So,
And those are influential individuals. To be president of Harvard and Yale, I would imagine you got some pull in certain parts of the country where, if you're going to speak truth to power, why not to those two individuals?
How many TikTok videos were made while in the middle
That's
of
a
that
good
field?
question. That's a
Yeah.
good question.
That's the
still
real
trying
thing.
to figure TikTok
Me
out.
too.
I'm not.
I it's not my lane, but it looks cool. I don't think you'll be seeing us create any TikTok videos anytime soon. But it'll
Really?
look cool.
I
Yeah,
think
well,
you
okay,
will.
yeah, I
You would
kinda
be
like
likely
it.
to make
It'll go.
TikTok videos, like interviewing yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
I saw one of someone interviewing themselves, basically.
Oh, nice.
And it worked out.
Entertaining.
Nice. Yeah, it was good.
Salute to them. I love when
Are you saluting white people?
I am saluting the white people on this. I'm saluting the woke whites. Hey, it's climate change. It's bigger than football. It's bigger than those two universities. Like it's important that people care about serious things, and you send kids to schools like Harvard and Yale for them to immerse
And you would have
themselves.
went there and done the same thing.
Absolutely. It's
you had
just
the
if
money.
I had the money.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to write a check like that.
You did text, let's see them shut down a highway
I did.
to us.
I did. I
when
think that'd be.
discussing
I'm
this.
like, hey man, hey, don't stop at a football game.
And I think I aptly pointed out that that would be appropriation.
Yep, it's true. Then shut down like a white highway, like 44.
We're going to shut down a white highway today. Yeah, let me ask this. Would anybody who is upset about a highway shutdown have been upset if you were shutting down Highway 70 at Goodfellow? Would they have said anything?
You want to find a way to get your own people to turn on each other. Do that.
But the people that were complaining before, would they have really cared then?
I choose not to comment.
The 70 at Bircher. Okay. They would have been like, "Where's Bircher?
270 by
Where is this so we know what to yell about?"
270 by Lindbergh.
Yeah.
You want to see some? Man, you can lose the movement in one night of traffic. You want to lose 50% of black support? Shut down a highway on 270 near Lindbergh on a Saturday. You'll lose the entire movement. They crazy. They ain't stupid.
What'd you shut down? 270 and done. Oh.
Oh, shoot. Go police. Go police. Go. The movement would flip
Oh,
in a heartbeat.
we got to get the white highways.
Maybe all lives matter. Maybe all lives matter. People will flip in a heartbeat. Don't shut down no black side of the highway. Don't you do it. Don't do it.
I won't shut down Bircher.
Don't shut it down.
Goodfellow,
Don't do it.
Jennings Station.
Don't do it. Oh, Jenny, stay. Oh, God. now you've incited a gang war. And that's how the St. Louis apocalypse happens.
My great grandpa lived right off of Goodfellow, off the highway there, like a block off the highway. We used to go visit him all the time. A nice
Yeah.
backyard.
They're smart. Very smart.
Makes sense. What do you guys think about Topgolf coming to the city? Do you see this in St. Louis? That's actually a decent,
Chris,
a
I have to
decent thing
say
that could happen.
that it's a hole-in-one idea.
They're talking about coming to the city, I believe, right off of Shodo, has been rumored. And with that, I do think it's funny that, I mean, it is news. It really is. They've seemed like they've done a really great job in Chesterfield, where they're at currently. They do well about everywhere they go. If you like it, you don't. I think you can't argue they have success. And whenever you're talking about bringing something like that, has to be in a downtown area, right?
What was
with
the
all
street?
the other development, it could be. I don't know. I think
No,
it's
I think what
Compton and Shoto.
could be good.
Compton and Shoto.
Allegedly, I don't know. We don't have to. It's not like a crime, but is that
It's being
actually-
rumored. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
that's
brought
rumors,
up in the
rumors.
business
Gotcha.
That's where the
Got it.
report said.
Got it.
That's what the report says. Look, we talked about it when they were first opening up Topgolf. I said from a personal standpoint, it'd been really cool if they had opened it up something near Union Station, somewhere downtown with the lovely St. Louis skyline in the background as you hit a few golf balls off. I just thought it would be really cool because I've seen it done in other cities and how they've used, their surroundings to incorporate Top Golf. So I think this is really cool. I hope it goes forward. Look, it appears that major businesses are starting to put a lot of jack, as Stan Kroenke would say,
don't
into
do
the
that.
city again.
There's a lot of and then there's the rumor of this Shoto's Landing thing that they're exploring. That's at the banks of the Mississippi, literally.
Well, you got the Foundry opening up here soon. You got, of course, the Ferris wheel and the new mini golf down in Union Station. Of course, you
Well,
got
the
the MLS Stadium,
aquarium's
and
gonna
the aquarium's
revitalize
going to be
that.
there, yeah. And got the MLS Stadium coming here in the next couple of years. You put a nice little Top Golf. St. Louis, there will be things to do. And hopefully you're hoping that motivates now
already are.
more hotel chains start opening up places in downtown. Maybe you can revitalize that Millennium Hotel. I think when something like that, there are certain areas, there are parts of downtown, I think if you can find a way to bring back the Landing and things like the Millennium Hotel, then St. Louis will be on the move. I would love to see the Landing be what it was about 10 years ago. If
You
they can
do
get
have
back to that, then we have something.
Start pushing north, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're going to run into the same issues
Well, you're
you
looking
always
at
do.
you're
if
looking
you
at the
don't.
NGAs opening up here as well.
Yeah.
They'll start breaking ground, I think, at the beginning of New Year.
Where's that at?
That's right off Cass and St. Louis Avenue. So that's on
Like
the North
right there,
City.
right there?
Right
Oh,
there on the
wow.
corner. So you got
That
they got-
extends.
Close to where Pruitt-Igoe
used to be. It's about 90 plus acres of what they're going to ultimately take up. So that's going to bring jobs.
So
So
then-
you
but
build
then-
that up, and then you can really invest in North City because you have jobs there.
There'll be a Starbucks, or there'll be 10 things that pop up around that NGA just because of the traffic counts that are going to change there,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I think this
You would
is.
think.
I mean, no, that's how those corporations work. Like that's why they'll.
There are a few seminal things I think still need to happen in order for me to go, okay, St. Louis has truly turned a corner. I will say it's going in the right direction in certain spots as far as growing businesses. Safety taxes and the usage of those taxes still worry me, especially with the current leadership down at City Hall. However, politics is politics in St. Louis. I think if there becomes more of a shift down at City Hall, maybe the circuit attorney and the police department can start to get along here in the future. Maybe St. Louis could be on the rise. There are still a few things I need to see in order to believe it's truly heading upwards.
Yeah, and building is good.
It's good.
And I know
Not
some
the be
people
all, end all.
are and people have said and voiced it on Twitter, to Charlotte Jones being one, that it's nice to have the Shoto's Landing thing, but why can't they invest north? And that's fine, but that doesn't mean building is bad,
No,
which
Correct.
I get from her at times, and I don't understand.
building is good.
So now what you do have to take into account for, some will call it gentrification. It might be easier to refer to it as displacement, to figure out what you're doing when you're displacing people because they have to go
I
somewhere.
have to go somewhere.
So that's why it's key to have affordable housing whatever you're doing as well. You can't just go in and say we're going to invest this money and displace people and keep pushing them to other places.
And that's why I look at leadership currently, and this isn't picking on anyone in particular, but that's what I mean by it would be nice to have that voice saying what you just said as far as, all right, if we're going to truly, push the city forward and try to build places towards, further North City, you need a voice that can certainly advocate for that. And I just don't often hear that. I could be wrong. Maybe Lewis
see
Reed
some
and others
people.
have spoken up about that,
Yeah.
but I would love for there to be a stronger guiding voice
Well,
that, that
what's-
informs the public about how North City needs to be revitalized.
What it has to be is it has to be a developer. That's what it's going to have to be. That you need someone that's going to take the risk to try to make it work and see what happens.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's going to be there will be a risk involved with it, but that's what it's going to take. People need something tangible to start believing, and once you have something, then maybe that allows other people to follow.
Right.
Now, who will be that person to take a risk? We know that one person had bought up land and has held the city hostage in a way but also the city did it to itself with some of the agreements they made
Right.
with Paul McKee.
Yeah.
That's been an absolute disaster. So I wouldn't trust him for anything, nor should you. And hopefully there's someone else that could take a risk that will do that, because if that starts developing, then who knows? Who knows? We were once like the 4th highest population in all the nation. St. Louis.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
But-
Definitely frustrating.
Oh well.
And there's so many opportunities to truly.
But yeah,
Try
I want
something.
Top Golf. Top Golf is fine. However,
Golf is fine.
someone did say to me, "I'm not carrying my clubs at Compton and Shoto."
No, I don't think you have to bring your clubs. You
No,
don't have to
but
bring-
what you can.
Don't people bring their clubs? I feel like that would be a big thing.
Yeah.
Do people really bring their clubs?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
But you can use
Their
Top Golf.
clubs,
Yeah,
of course.
obviously.
Okay.
There you go. Should all be solved. Thank
There
you.
it is. Top Golf solves
Top
everything.
golf and soccer. Damn, we didn't even mention that. There is a lot going on.
Top Golf and soccer.
Top golf and soccer.
This is the white meat.
Gentrification. I ain't never heard of that. Anyway, let's open up a mini golf and aquarium. A Ferris wheel.
Don't you dare put mini golf in that.
Top Golf.
Okay.
And MLS soccer.
Uh-huh.
But I've never heard of gentrification.
Uh-huh.
Boys and girls, we play a game. We play a game that we use to unite and divide.
Oh.
That's the only way I like to live, is to unite and divide. And what better
Seems
way to
mean.
do that than the Great American Race?
What are you pointing at?
Okay, I forgot. Yeah, there's no
No
open
open.
for that.
We have a scoreboard though.
Hello.
Currently, Travis leading 600 to 590 in the final Great American Race Showdown for the month of October. Each one of you has a story. I present that story to make the others' culture look not great. We have a scoring system based on a credit score. Chris starts with 850 each month. Travis starts with 800. He has 50 points automatically deducted due to systematic racism. And we go from there. And then throughout the month, each one of you put your stories out there. You'll defend your story and also defend against the other story.
That's right.
And I'll kind of randomly decide if I'm taking or adding points to each person. And whoever has the highest credit score at the end of the month is declared the winner of the Great American Race.
USA, 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 USA.
Trying to get points? It's not going to work.
Damn it.
So 600 to 590, Travis leads Chris. Who would like to start?
Trav, I'll defer to you.
Okay. Last Thursday was an ugly moment for the NFL. As Myles Garrett, defensive end for the Cleveland Browns, got into some fisticuffs with MAGA quarterback Mason Rudolph of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I believe you called it assault with a deadly weapon, and you were taking the side of the Pouncey brothers.
You're right. You're right. It was assault. Myles Garrett nearly pummeled the skull of one Mason Rudolph when he took off his helmet and swung it on him. And in that moment, I would have to say that my community, we were hurt. We did not expect that to happen. Sure, Mason Rudolph had a few anti-Cap, anti-Jamel Hill tweets. But sure, he's retweeted several MAGA tweets.
Has he?
Okay.
Has he?
Yeah. That's no big deal.
Is that
Because he
illegal?
still does not mean someone should be hit with a helmet, especially their own. By the way, get your ass kicked. They take off your helmet and beat you with it.
It's like your own limb.
Not a good look for the white race. Not a good look for the. But I digress. So this past Sunday, yesterday, some fans decided to reenact last Thursday's fisticuffs as the Cleveland Browns were taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and some fans in the parking lot while tailgating decided to hit a piñata dressed as Mason Rudolph with a helmet. They are reenacting a horrible assault that took place on national television. Look at these group of white people hitting a fellow white with a helmet. She's blindfolded.
Well, she's not really hitting him very much.
She's missing badly. So look at the unathletic nature of white people.
Okay.
What an embarrassment. She could not even, she missed. Oh, poor girl. Oh, look at this, Chris. These are your people in a
Being
great
led
parking
on,
lot.
Being led on by the sounds of Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a Snoop Dogg. That was, I think that was George Clinton.
Was it?
So Chris didn't even know.
That was
Damn black
play it
music.
back. It could be the sample that Snoop used from
I
Clinton.
don't know. We'll see about that. Nevertheless,
So who bought the Steelers helmet?
that's a good question. Somebody went out and purchased a $200 helmet and a
Shows
Pittsburgh Steeler pinata of Mason Rudolph.
shows the effort that Garrett put into swinging too.
How this has got to be a sad moment for the white race.
Not
How
terrible.
embarrassing.
Not terrible.
Not a great moment
Pretty creative to turn that into a pinata,
to
though.
Video's
advocate
funny.
violence. And of course, this comes on the heels of Mason Rudolph denying using a racial slur
Oh, we
during
haven't-
the
we
fisticuffs
haven't- we
between
haven't-
him and Myles Garrett. That's another poor reflection. Like, so it was bad enough that the kid
So was
was cowering like a little baby back bitch.
And then 4 black
looking for
dudes
the referee, like,
stood up for
oh, I
him."
got hit in the head. Help me, referee. Apparently, he dropped a bomb of ends.
Was that confirmed?
Myles Garrett said he heard what he heard.
What about the 4 black dudes around him helping him? Did they hear that?
Myles Garrett said he heard what he heard.
So you're going on conjecture?
I'm going off that Myles Garrett said he heard what he heard. Myles Garrett has ears.
Does he?
He
Do
does.
you know that?
I can confirm that. I saw the scouting combine video.
Okay.
But this is
Is that
just.
what they said? Oh, his ears.
By the way, Mason Rudolph then went on to have a horrible game and was eventually benched halfway through for a rookie.
I'll take 10 points off for that. That's fine.
So you're dropping in bombs.
You
got white pe- allegedly.
I'd be careful about
Allegedly.
say that.
According to Myles Garrett. And now you have white people mocking you by using you as a pinata during their tailgates while playing Snoop Diggity Dog.
I'm taking
Doesn't get more white than that.
10 points off for the way you said that.
That's damn it. Chris,
Snoop Diggity Dog?
what do you have to say to yourself?
It's the
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
just directly speaking of your thing. I'll refer you to March 31st, 1998, where North Carolina Senator Mokhtar Jai recanted statements that he made that Britton Johnson of the then-led Rick Majerus Utah Utes said he used a racial slur, and then Jai had to recant that. I wouldn't doubt if Myles Garrett had a similar one in the future, but we'll see. I don't know. So it was interesting to me that you would use that as your key piece of evidence.
I don't know,
And
the guy said he heard what he heard.
That's not a,
To his point, he said it still was no excuse. He acknowledged that wasn't an excuse for him to then hit the guy with his helmet. But Myles Garrett said he heard him say it, and I wasn't there. You weren't there.
It's true.
Mason Rudolph was there.
Pouncey was there. He didn't
Myles
say
Garrett
that.
was there. And those only two who can tell us whether or not they heard what they heard.
Well, I'm hearing that Floyd Mayweather is looking to have 2 more fights in 2020. You ever heard of that?
Okay.
You heard of Floyd?
I have.
What's he gotten in trouble for?
He has a history of domestic violence.
Okay. Continuing to put himself in the spotlight, thus damaging the credibility of what I would call a great American race, black people. And he's keeping himself front and center, advocating
Okay.
for his past behaviors and potentially future behaviors, putting himself in the spotlight 2 more times in 2020. It's disgraceful.
Well, I think he took,
Ride off into the sunset,
I think
Floyd.
I think he took a cue from his former friend. I don't know. Maybe they're still cohorts. An inspiration to you and your community, Conor McGregor. I guess he figures since Conor McGregor can walk up to people at bars and punch them in the back of the head, and him also be accused of sexual assault and come back and fight in 2020. I guess he figures so can Floyd Mayweather.
Accused and actually being charged and then carrying out the punishment. Much different.
And we got
One of the fights also against noted homophobe Manny Pacquiao. So he's putting him up on a ledge as well. And I know that if you pay attention to that, you're complicit in both their thoughts and actions.
I cannot speak to Manny's community, so I don't think I or my community should be held accountable for
Nice.
Manny's
I'll give you 10
behavior.
points for.
So, but hey, look, I figured, I'm sure Floyd thought that, well, white America doesn't have a problem with Conor McGregor's terrible behavior. Why should they have a problem with mine? So, I mean.
So you're using Conor McGregor as a poor example, for which Floyd Mayweather elevated him as well.
Look, Conor McGregor is the face of the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. A league that you happily promote on this program. And shall we go down the history of domestic violence in the UFC? Because I got time.
You just say things.
I don't just say things.
Is Greg Hardy in the UFC?
Mm-hmm.
Greg Hardy is black.
A fighter.
You know what? First and foremost, he is.
He's a
Seems
fighter,
like,
first
yeah.
and foremost.
That's very apparent.
Yeah.
Look,
We don't have to.
I find Floyd Mayweather's behavior abhorrent.
Okay.
You find it what?
Abhorrent.
Spell that, please.
Why do you-
ABHO.
Then why do your B's sound like P's?
ENT. Abhorrent.
All right, Travis, you win 580 to 560.
Yeah.
I can't listen to you say that word
Yeah,
anymore.
This is enough. It's too much.
You win the month of November.
Woo! Celebrate good times. Pow pow.
Now nope. Oh, you lost points. Watch yourself.
Oh, you're dancing when you should just hand the ball to the ref.
Okay. Let's back out now. Be careful. I have access to that scoreboard still for the rest of the show.
That's true.
So watch.
Speaking of
Watch
score-
yourself, McCoy.
Real
Speaking
quick.
of scoreboards. Oh,
Go
you got
ahead.
something. You got a commercial. You got a commercial you got to run. I was going to say, speaking of scoreboards.
Please.
It wasn't a pretty one at Faroe Field this Saturday. As the Mizzou Tigers, we're in black and white now.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
As the season gets worse,
How
they lose
tiny that
color in
score
their
is.
photos. Mizzou 20, Tennessee Volunteers 24. As the race to the bottom is near its end,
No, they're doing this for a draft positioning.
they get a big draft pick.
You get the best player out of Utah.
That's right. Mizzou will take on Arkansas this Friday in Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
And the big Arkansas-Mizzou rivalry that just continues to heat up year after year. Arkansas 2-9. Mizzou 5-6.
So
Need a win to be bowl eligible.
But would Mizzou even get to go to a bowl if they're bowl eligible?
Well, that's a good question, Chris.
They
because
haven't
we have
said
yet to
anything
heard
yet
to
for the
hear.
appeal.
Yeah, we haven't heard from the NCAA in regards to their postseason ban appeal. So it may not all matter at the end of the day. But as I've said before in this program, I could not be more excited for how the Tigers are playing, and that you got to get the bad out. You know, after a long night of drinking, you know, in order for you to recoup, to get really feeling better, you got to vomit all the nasty out. You got to get it out your system.
Do you, or do
Get-
you just start drinking again? That's what I would do.
Depends. I was just thinking of finding a way to cleanse yourself, and I believe that's what the Missouri Tigers are currently doing. Lose. Have people not show up to Faroe. Faroe was empty. Woo, I love seeing them empty seats. Because at the end of the day, that's what drives decisions. You can't keep rewarding these teams and these coaches who just are happy to just throw money at a situation if the fans continue to show up, if the boosters continue to show up. An empty stadium means that's an embarrassment, especially on national television. So you see all those empty seats? Ooh, them white folks today. Ooh, boy. Oh, that athletic department is ashamed. Ooh, you're seeing empty seats at the basketball arena. You're seeing empty seats at the football. They know change is going to have to be made.
Are you trying to get Conzo Martin fired?
I'm just
too?
saying, Konzo, look, I love you. You're my boy. But you can't just keep rolling around with empty stadiums.
Why not?
That seems to not make the rich folk happy. It embarrasses them. Rich people don't like to be embarrassed. Rich people are getting embarrassed as Mizzou continues to
Why are
look
you
like
falling
shit.
for the trap of capitalism?
Well, capitalism rules the world. I didn't make the rules.
No, it doesn't.
Sure the hell didn't. All I'm saying is, I'm hoping. Look, and I mean this because I love.
Is this the Poop for Stoops campaign?
Poop for Stoops, baby. Pig suey. Go Arkansas Razorbacks.
You know what?
Race to the bottom.
When
Go
I hear
ahead and put it
Pig
away.
Suey, I always think of Dana Altman. Do you know who Dana Altman is? He's the
For
head.
basketball coach. Is he at, where's that, Oregon now?
He's at Oregon, but he was at Creighton at one point.
Right.
And he had taken the Arkansas job, flown down to Fayetteville, conducted a news conference, stood on a stage and did Whoa Pig Suey, and then decided he didn't want the job and went back to Omaha and stayed at Creighton. And it's always been weird to me that he stood on a stage and did Whoa Pig Suey and then didn't take the job
That's funny.
and went back to Creighton.
That is so funny.
So when I hear that, I always think of Dana Altman in my head because I was watching that live when it happened, and that was so weird to me now.
It is, and I do not, and I feel like we have to say this every show, every time we bring him up. I think we're required by law. Barry Odom's a nice guy.
I don't mean, I
He's
don't
a
know why we
nice
have to say
guy.
that so
I feel
much
like
at
we're
this
obligated. I think we have to.
point. Okay.
Very nice guy.
Who
But
do you replace him with?
Big Game Bob, baby. Go ahead and throw money and make him say no to you. Big Game Bob's coaching the XFL.
He is?
Wait, no, he's not.
No.
Wait, he's not? No, he's not. Wait, is he? Can you check and see?
Why isn't
I'll
he getting
look
his
it
own
up.
camera for this? I got it.
Wait, is he? I don't think so. Nevertheless, somebody that's not Barry Odom. And like I
Dallas Renegades.
that's
He
what I
is the
thought.
coach?
So Bob Stoops clearly.
He's a general manager though too, so I mean that's tough to pass up.
Yeah.
I'm sure if Bob Stoops really
He actually is?
like he still has a taste for football apparently, and I would imagine while they're paying
That's
him,
weird, right?
they're paying him a lot, I'm sure, for a coach in the XFL, but he's not making what he was making at Oklahoma, and clearly he still wants to coach. And look, I'm not saying Mizzou's the marquee program that he's going to run to, but make him say no to you. Offer him what Bob Stoops is worth, and make him say no. Outside of that, I mean, Barry Odom has had 3 seasons of 5 consecutive losses in a season. That's no, that doesn't work. Most guys are gone after having 2 of those types of seasons. He's going to get another one and then potentially lose to Arkansas if they don't get to 6 wins.
You want to see? You want to
There's
hear?
no doubt in my mind. You fire him at the end of the 4th quarter. There's no doubt. Don't even hesitate.
You think
No,
so?
you give someone a little dignity.
No, you give him the Lane Kiffin treatment.
Why?
Hey, get on the cuz. You got to send a message.
To who?
I don't know.
Why would the 58-year-old, this is Stoops, decide this is from the Dallas News.
Okay.
This is the right job for him. Stoops mentioned several reasons, including location and productive phone conversations with both Oliver Luck, the CEO, I guess, of the league,
XFL.
and XFL founder and
Andrew's
chairman Vince McMahon. I believe in the guy's success and the way he's done things, Stoops said of McMahon. I have a lot of confidence in him. Stoops added initially, I was like, I don't think that would be something I would want to do. Then a week later, Oliver called and we got to talking more about it. And I got to thinking about it more, paid closer attention to it, and talked to my wife more about it, and it clicked. That means they offered him a higher salary.
They did. And like I said, I'm sure he's not making what he made at OU, but he's making a decent amount of money to, coach for essentially 2.5 months. But I think if he still has a desire, you ask, and you say, hey, if there's what would you need in order for all of this to work? And if you can accommodate, then so be it. I'm sure he's going to tell you no. I'm sure he's going to lean on the family thing, or he's going to wait until the right job. Maybe he looks at USC. Maybe he looks at a bigger program somewhere else in the SEC.
Wasn't like Florida State too?
Got Florida State. That's potentially open. That's a great place. Tough to recruit, but a great place.
So you think you're going to get Bob Stoops?
I'm not saying I'm thinking we're going to get Bob Stoops, but I think you should at least offer it to Bob Stoops. You can't continue down this path with Barry Odom. He's done better at recruiting, St. Louis and Kansas City, but he still is having trouble locking down the border. A lot of premium talent is
Never
going elsewhere.
understood that. The need to do so.
So marquee talent that are going to major programs around
Yeah,
the country
but-
and making an immediate impact. You got guys from St. Louis, North County, going to Ohio State, going to Illinois, making impacts every Saturday. Guys who later go on to go in the 2nd or 3rd
But
round of the
but
NFL.
are
Why wouldn't you
using
want
just
that?
a geographical boundary to
'Cause it's your-
dictate where the talent is?
Because
It's
you're
your
close.
tax
You,
base, maybe.
and you have access. You should have relationships with those coaches in these areas. You should be the marquee program within the neighborhood
I
that
always
says
found
to
that
kids,
weird.
hey, that's where I want to go. And if you're not that program, I get the history of Ohio State, but you shouldn't be losing out to Illinois
Why not?
because you should be a better program. You're Mizzou and you're in the SEC, the premier college football conference. You should be able to recruit 4 and 5 star athletes out of St. Louis.
The Big Ten does pretty good. Though.
They do very well, and they have in the
So-
past. What I'm saying is you need a coach to be able to come in. If you're going to close the gap
I think
on the Georgias and the Floridas, you're going to need that premium St. Louis and Kansas City talent to do so.
Okay.
Florida does a great job of shutting down their borders. Texas does a really good job of shutting down
That's
their
what I'm
borders.
saying is
Louisiana.
Why are you limiting yourself? Like, you're not as rich in talent as those states.
You're
are.
not. But you have
So
talented people,
don't-
though, in those states.
Right. What I'm saying is, why are you limiting yourself to your own borders when you could say, hey, can we find a way to dip into those other places?
But I don't. outside of Texas,
Because remember, Gary Pinkel, one of the big draws to him in recruiting was he was able to go into Texas.
he was able to go into Texas.
So that's why I'm saying that.
and I think the idea is
Because,
that
like, if you said that in, like, Wyoming,
Right.
we got to shut down the borders and get. Well, you're not going to win a ton of games if you think
you're
that
gonna,
way.
You're going to have to definitely create a pipeline elsewhere.
right.
But I think in order for you to begin to establish yourself elsewhere, you have to be able to establish yourself at home as
Unless
well.
you're a coach from an area like that, then you've already established that.
True. I think
That's where I.
I
That's
also think there's a little bit of an embarrassment when
like, do you take like a, and this might be a jump for a guy, but he was an assistant on an NFL coaching staff
Right.
and has just turned LSU's offense into something. He's not even their offensive coordinator. He's their passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach, and that's Joe Brady. And he has done something to that LSU offense that we haven't seen, that kind of dynamic presence from an LSU team, even though they've had athletes and have a talent in some time now. Like,
I'm game for that.
do you go to it, try to do a guy like now?
Yes.
Maybe LSU's going to
They're going to
throw
a ton
whatever
of
money
They're gonna throw a ton
to
of money
like
at
a
him.
guy who's not
Sure.
even their offensive coordinator, but they might just because they crazy like that.
Look, it's kind of embarrassing though.
But
when
I'm
Ed-
saying, like, there's a guy who's established
Right.
himself in Louisiana now. To what extent? You don't know, but the name recognition is there, at least in some regards.
And look, I know they've been making an effort, but the Mizzou football brand in the state of Missouri is pretty shit. When Mike Riley can come up here from OU and basically take one of your guys who
Lincoln.
all but verbally, Lincoln Riley, I'm thinking of Mike Riley from who used to coach Oregon State. But when he can come up to St. Louis and take one of your 5 stars who had verbally committed to your university, and he makes one visit, and that kid's going to OU, that's a problem. When Ed Orgeron can come up here, Ed Orgeron,
Oh, Ed Orgeron's pretty.
he's a good personality. I'll give you that.
Come on
But
now.
Ed
Ed Orgeron.
for
come on.
Louisiana-
And then after his translator tells you what he said,
Who would I rather talk to, Barry Odom or Ed Orgeron?
But that's exactly. So why continue to bring Barry Odom back when he's going to lose that every time? And when you have an opportunity to bring somebody that can at least hang, and Barry Odom's not hanging. He's not even hanging around, and it's an embarrassment at this point. So go ahead, lose his Friday. Let's turn the page.
we have this is a
Go Tigers! By the way, got to make sure.
M-I-Z. Yeah. Tom Brown letting us know that Jerry Glanville is a coordinator for the evil, vile, and stupid Tampa Bay Vipers.
Boo! Vipers, you suck!
Tom's in a real conundrum. He says, how a fellow NMU grad could do that to me, I'll never know. Northern Michigan. Jerry Glanville. When's the last time you heard that name?
I ain't know. I'm
Jerry
gonna be
Glanville.
completely honest with you.
Good luck, Vipers, against the Battlehawks.
Is
Caw-caw!
that still going on?
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. That ain't going anywhere. By the way, go to buy Jack if you'd like to get any T-shirts.
Call and order, baby.
I have mine on today.
There he is.
I call
Jerry
on order.
Glanville, man.
Call on order. Clear to engage.
I wouldn't mind Mizzou. Really going crazy.
Uh-huh.
Hire yourself a brother.
Calm down.
We saw how that worked out at Stanford.
Hey.
Remember that guy? He was the biggest, Ty Willingham, biggest name on the planet. Notre Dame, Stanford. Where's he at now?
That's a good question.
That did not go well for Ty Willingham.
Well, Stanford-
Maybe he's just hanging out because he
I think
probably made a bunch of
Stanford
money
has a
after he got
brother
fired.
now.
Yeah, they do. Shaw? Is he still there, right?
I think so.
Because he replaced Harbaugh, right?
Yeah.
He's
what I
still there, I think. I think
Um,
you just have to I think you guys got to win 7-8 games at Stanford and have the occasional Ed McCaffrey kid.
you could hire Willie Taggart. He's out of a job at Florida State. Is that what you want?
I just want.
Why didn't you
Barry
answer yes
Odom.
or no?
I don't know if Willie Taggart's a yes.
Okay, that's all you. Just say it. I want you to say it
I
to
just
me.
know Willie Taggart's
I don't want you to tap dance.
But I do think Barry Odom is not the answer. And again, nice guy. He should no longer coach.
Magic Johnson?
Not the worst idea.
Okay.
Look.
Why can't you just take it? Listen, why can't you take a note out of Tennessee? They're getting better. They've got T. Martin at the helm, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he?
T.
Brad
Martin.
Smith, baby. What are you doing, Brad? Tiger, come home.
You need a decent offensive coordinator and someone that can who has the street rep to go into these living rooms. T. Martin could be that guy. T. Martin's young guy, has a national championship, is one of the best recruiters in the country. Why not? Why not?
Here's why Mizzou fans wouldn't like it, because they would know that T. Martin would just be waiting for the Tennessee job. Right. That would be a thing.
Though Tennessee is turning the corner with Pruitt
Yeah, we'll see.
for now.
Yeah.
As long as Tennessee fans don't think they should be winning a national championship in 2
Seeing how
seasons.
Tennessee fans get riled up by
Yeah.
certain personalities
that's
on the
true.
radio and how quickly their hypocrisy can turn on their own hires and such. So, they can turn at just the drop.
Greg Schiano, we want to bring him back in
Yeah,
the fold.
that's-
Remember how that
I've
worked
seen it
out?
happen. It's funny what people rail against and then turn into themselves. So
But they definitely need a marquee hire. We've seen what Herm Edwards has done with Arizona State. How about that?
maybe you just don't need
How
a
are
true
they doing?
son.
Pretty good. They upset Oregon
We-
this weekend.
We were not fans of that. We gave them a lot of trouble.
Man,
Said how stupid they were,
Herm Edwards
how out of touch they were,
it's worked for that program.
how dumb they were.
It's worked for that program, and the kids have resonated and have responded. Because Herm Edwards has resonated with the kids. I don't know. You need obviously the talent, that goes without saying, but Barry Odom, that the rah rah. You need a guy that just has the credentials. You need a guy with the bling. Like, and if LSU wins it this year and you go out and get their offensive coordinator, that's a great get for Mizzou. But you need somebody that's got the pedigree. You need someone who's been to SEC championship games. You need the person who's beaten the Georgias, who's beaten the Floridas, who can stand up against Bama. And there are not a ton of people who can fill that can check off those boxes. But you need somebody with some serious credential, or someone that's on the rise. And that has been a part of these marquee programs, but you can't do this true son shit again. I'm trying to even think, if there's a reputable true son presently out there that you will outline.
I mean, you'd have to go with a guy that you literally like talked into to even coaching, right? I don't think there's a coordinator. out there.
think-
I mean, Chase Daniel retires and says he wants to coach a football team. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's more of a publicity move too.
Chase Daniels may eventually be a head coach. I don't think Chase Daniels is a head coach right now. Look,
Why would he?
we
mess
see
with it? Why
what
doesn't he
Kellen
just go
Moore is
into-
doing right now as offensive coordinator. Well, he struggled recently with the Cowboys, but he became the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. It's not far-fetched to think that Chase Daniels could eventually be an offensive coordinator, thus a head coach. Now, whether he want to do that on the college level, come back to Mizzou and do it, I don't know. At least not yet. But I don't even think there's a true son out there presently for Mizzou to tap into. So as long as they cut bait with that bullshit and they find somebody who's on the rise, I'm game. But that shit was embarrassing this weekend. No one was at Faroe.
Bad
no
news.
one, bro.
Yeah,
No one.
we can.
Senior night? Senior night?
bad.
And no one? That's bad
tough.
look.
Not fun. Definitely way more interesting when Mizzou's worth a damn. So, big thanks to St. Louis Counseling Services for helping out and sponsoring the show. They're available for you and yours. Check out the website, stlouiscounseling.org, online. They've got all their capabilities, and you can see the podcast, Mental Health Matters, where you do that. Each and every Thursday, we do a comedy show at Sophie's and Gastro Pit. Check those out. We are taking the week off this week for both shows for Thanksgiving, so go get your turkey on. But we're coming back strong on the 5th and the 12th.
Hey!
Great lineups, and there's going to be a sweater party on the 12th, so Christmas sweater comedy show, so it's going to be a good time. We'll give you more details throughout the week on that. Gardner, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'm good.
Can I get to one last thing before we get out of here? Because
Yeah.
I think it's a funny story.
What's that?
There was a fight at Dave and Buster's in Maryland
Oh,
Heights.
yeah, there was.
I saw a guy, our friend Stefan Hightower, who's in New York now, said he made a comment about it, and I was like, "What is he talking about? What happened?"
Several witnesses apparently say that there were at least 2 fights inside the building involving teenage girls, and the fighting eventually spilled out into the parking lot. This is on Saturday night here in St. Louis or Maryland Heights. An employee with Dave & Buster's confirmed that there was a fight inside the business and the building was eventually evacuated. There was a large police presence with officers from multiple municipalities on the scene,
Why is
including
this
Maryland
news?
Heights and Missouri State Highway Patrol. Police said no one was seriously hurt. The business closed early for the night. It usually closes at 1 a.m. on Saturday.
Highway Patrol, everything.
I think that the story, my understanding is underselling. It says 2 fights. It's the number of people that were involved in these fights.
Oh, we're looking at hundreds.
there
I'm
video?
looking at like 100 is
Oh
my
boy, that's a
understanding.
big ass brawl.
And
And no one was seriously hurt.
my
Was it-
understanding was this is an interesting part. And
Age and race,
this
please?
is allegedly that, and maybe I can find a report that might have some of this, but that Dave & Buster's was tipped off that this was going to happen.
Oh, it was a planned thing?
Yeah, like
Oh,
so
no.
they were gonna do like it was gonna happen in the parking lot or something like that.
The Dave and Buster.
But
big
so,
ass parking
so
lot.
then Dave
Nice
and
parking lot,
Buster's,
good space for fights.
I guess they have a curfew. They instead of
Probably 18
maybe
to get in there.
maybe saying to the police, "Hey, we've heard this is going to happen. We could use some assistance."
So they got it.
Instead of doing that and tipping them off as well, they just simply, I guess, put their curfew down by several hours and cut it off at like 8 or 8:30 or something like that. So when you do that,
That guy.
all you've really done is
Stir the hornet's nest.
yeah, well, you've done that. You've moved up the kickoff basically. Your start time got earlier.
We're gonna do a flex.
And not only that,
we're gonna do a flex time.
your start time no longer is outside. Your start time is inside, and then filters outside, and then that's why swarms of police cars start showing up because of you probably now this is my understanding. So once again, this is what I've heard from a couple people.
Is there
I'm
video
not-
of this?
That I did not see necessarily, but
Check TikTok. Check TikTok.
Yeah, I'm guessing that these are
so
teenagers, right?
like yeah, when they're saying fights, oh, there was 2 fights. Like,
But no one was hurt, so no fighting.
well, maybe they're just not good fighters.
Fair.
Uh,
Due to a case of pussy ass pillow hands. That's
So
what
my
I think.
understanding was a large group of people, and that, like I said, they just basically kicked up the start time a little bit when you make a decision like that instead of like saying, "Hey, we've heard this. We might need some help." And once again, that's what's been. I'm saying allegedly because that's what I had heard from several people. I don't know what's the what with all of it.
Thank
but
you for bringing that up.
That's what I
Travis.
heard. Dave and Buster's. Let's go fight. You want to go fight in the parking lot at Dave
Oh,
and Buster's?
man. I got no more than like 3 swings, man. Oh.
And it was all girls, I believe.
Good
That
for the
were-
ladies.
Look, just like women, they planned ahead.
Yeah,
Really
right.
gives a-
There's
Like
too much
women.
planning got
Too
it.
much planning got in the way this
Yeah.
time.
New meaning to Dave and Buster's.
All right, that'll
Up.
do it. Big thanks to everybody for tuning in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel Midcoast Media if you haven't yet, and big thanks to everybody for supporting us. Keeping it moving. We're back tomorrow live at 8 a.m. We've got our friend Tracy Henson from KSDK coming on the show to talk meteorology and an issue with the public she had. Thanks, everybody.
Pays.
Dave and Buster's.
Oh God.